Hi guys, so I am going to do a how-to video for you today on these Essie nail strips. Miss Clara Slate wanted me to show how to put on nail strips because she wasn't quite sure, and I remember when I first got into nail strips I wasn't quite sure how to do them either, but I told her I would do a how-to video for her. So anyways, I just picked out these two Essie nail strips that I got the other day. This one is called Glam On, and it's just a nude color, and it has some studs on it, and the nude part that's showing sparkles. And then I picked out this one, which is A to Zebra, which is the zebra pattern. So what you're going to need is a cuticle pusher and a file. You always want to prep your nails before you do any kind of manicure. It'll help your manicure last longer. If you are not comfortable with clipping off your cuticles, which I'm not, you can get an instant cuticle remover. This is the one I have by Sally Hansen, and this works really great. And then obviously your nail strips. And this is what they look like in the packaging for you that haven't opened them up yet. And let's take it out of this. Get 18, I do believe, in all sorts of shapes and sizes, so that way they can fit onto your cuticles perfectly. And then it actually gives you a cuticle pusher. Oops, where am I? A cuticle pusher in plastic, because you're not supposed to use metal on your nails. My cuticle pusher is metal. And then it comes with a buffer, so that's nice that they gave you that. And then it comes with instructions in here on how to do your nails. This plastic really stinks, by the way. If any of you haven't opened them yet, it stinks. Flake Stick has been developed to perfectly match the shape of your fingernails, which is awesome, but to me, nobody has the same fingernails. Like, we all have different fingernails, different cuticles, so I don't know. We'll see how that works. So, usually, like I said, I do all my nails on my own. Or I do all my nails. So what I'll do is you just take your instant cuticle remover and you just go around your cuticles and lay it down, so then it can start working its magic. And then you let it sit for 10 to 15 seconds. That's all. It works really quickly. Now, this is the cuticle pusher I use, but I'm going to use theirs, since you're not supposed to use metal on your fingernails. That's how I do mine. Everyone does it differently, but I'm going to show you guys how I do mine. So, we'll just start on the pinky, because I think that would be the easiest. So what I do is I gently, this thing is flimsy, I gently push my cuticles back. You don't want to push them back too far. You know, you really don't want to damage your cuticles. You can get infections really bad in there. So anyways, this thing is not very good, but so I'm going to wipe that off, and then I'm going to turn it over and we're going to scrape off the dead skin. And I just go in circles and I go around the cuticle edges. And as you can see, there's some growtiness there. That's dead skin on the tip of that, on the tip here. There is some of the gel from the Sally Hansen cuticle remover, but most of that is just like a dead skin. And I know that grosses probably some of you out. It grosses me out, but you gotta do it. That way you have nice nails and your manicure lasts longer. Okay, I really don't like that scraper. I like mine because it really just gets in there and gets all that dead skin off. Yeah, see, it left behind a lot. Okay guys, so I got my cuticles all pushed back. Once you're done with that, if you use the instant cuticle remover, please wash your hands right away, because with warm soapy water, because you don't want that you don't want this to still eat at your cuticles. You just want it to eat at the parts that are on your nails, and you don't want it to eat your cuticles away. So wash your hands after you are done. What we're going to do is shape our nails. You can shape them any way that you want them to be. As you see here, mine are like an oval shape. So, you know, just kind of clean up that free edge there and shape them any way you want. I just shaped my nails, so I'm not going to do that. After you get done shaping your nails, wash your hands again, because you want clean hands. You don't want any oils on your hands or anything like that. If you're afraid you have oils on your hands, go ahead and take a cotton pad with some alcohol and clean them off. Okay, so now it's time to apply our nail stickers. So what I'm going to do is you just pick up the sheet and you hold your nail out. And the nice thing about these is they always make them clear, so you can go right underneath them like this and find the perfect nail that's going to fit, the nail sticker that's going to fit your nail. And what I usually do sometimes is I'll roll it over to make sure that that's going to fit, side to side, and also fit the back. This one here, this middle one, seems to be fitting that pointer finger well. So what you do is just peel them off. And you place, all you do is just, let me get this angle better here. You just put it on your nail. Okay, you put it on your nail and you rub from cuticle up, because you don't want any air bubbles. And see, that just fits perfectly on there. You know, your nails may be narrower and not as wide as my nail beds are. My nail beds are pretty little to me, but if you have like a smaller nail bed or anything like that, you just have to size it up to what they have on here. I mean, you'll find a nail that will fit perfectly, because they have these huge ones which would fit my toenail, to these itty bitty ones, you know. I mean, they just have different sizes, so you shouldn't have a problem fitting it to your nail bed. So I'm going to take their nail file here, and what I do is I just bend it over like that, and then I'll kind of bend over the little tips, the corners of that, so that way it's flush with my nail tip there. That way when you file, it'll just come off nicely. So you want to file down. I'm going to use the white side, and you just file downwards. Just on the nail tip. You don't go over that nail tip. You just want to break off the excess. And then just peel it off. So it needs just a little bit more. Okay. And then I'm just going to take that off, and if you wanted to, you know, you could use this other side for a nail strip. I'm not going to, because it'll be off from the others. It wouldn't look right. But sometimes you can double your nail strip. So then I'm just going to clean this up, because as you see, there is still some excess hanging off. So just going to clean that little guy off. Now this, I have a little extra hang on the side of the cuticle. I did that on purpose. Asking about what do you do if you have, you know, excess on the side. So then I'm going to take this more smoother side so I don't ruin it, my cuticles or anything like that, and I'm going to put it along my cuticle line. I hope you can see that. And I'm going to slowly just go back and forth. Now you don't want to burn yourself or hurt yourself. So I'm just going to do that a little bit, and it's going to tuck it a little bit under the nail and also file it off. And then it's going to look perfectly there on your nail. A little extra hanging off, you can file them. It's a little harder to file it, so you know, try and do the best you can to fit them to your nails. If they don't fit the back here, you could trim these. I don't suggest trimming them, because you really could mess up the design. But if you absolutely had to, you know, you could trim this back up here to make it match your nails. But as you see, it matched perfectly on mine. Let's put a zebra one on my thumb, because usually sometimes the thumbs are hard to match. But those Essie nail stickers, they work pretty good. I have a little on the side here that needs to be fixed. I'm gonna match up the thumb. So obviously this one is too big, but if you do have a larger thumbnail bed, that's perfect for you. But again, you know, I just try and match up the cuticle area and figure out which one would fit my thumbnail the best. Now if your cuticle area is just too thin, but see how I have kind of like that little gap in there, if you don't like that, you know, you don't have to do it this way. But usually when I can't find something that fits just perfectly back there, I'll leave that little gap. Here I have it a little bit closer. So what I'm going to do is just kind of rub and tuck into the sides. Now this one is a little bit bigger than my nail, but I'm going to tuck that in there, and it'll all work out perfectly. Okay, we're going to rub, bend down, Yeah, my nails are too long to use this as a another one. Like if you're only using half of this because you have a smaller nail, you could turn the other half and do it this way, but since my nail is longer, I can't do that. But that way, you know, you're stretching out your uses of your nail stickers. That's just another way to get more uses out of them. Okay, so now we're going to file that off. Remember, file down. This will keep you from filing your nail, and it comes off easier this way. If you file down, it helps with that tip. Okay, I'm going to peel this off. And then I'm going to go on the side here because I have a little extra hanging there and file that way. That way it kind of just helps take that extra off. You don't want extra hanging off because then it's going to snag on something and then you're going to rip your nail design. So see here, there's that extra that was on the side. So I'm just going to continue filing it until it's ready to be pulled off. Now you want to be careful because you don't want to pull your design as well. So, okay, that extra just fell off. So then you just go around and kind of fix it. A big nail sticker that was a little too big for my thumb, and I made it work. So it's very easy to make these things work. I mean, they're very forgiving. You just got to, you know, sometimes improvise a little bit. I didn't have to trim it. I just placed it where it was going to fit a little bit better and then filed off what didn't fit. And it looks perfect. And here's the other one. To my cuticles, they need to have some cuticle oil on them. But they fit perfectly. So, Clara, I really hope that helped you out. I'm going to put on the other nails and I will be right back. Guys, so I got my mani on. So yeah, I like these mani nail strips. They came out well, and Clara, I hope that this helped you out and answered any questions that you had. I tried to answer them the best I could, and it's always better to show. So I hope I showed them you know, the best I could, I guess. You know, the technique that I use might not work for you, and you could, you know, you'll find your own techniques along the way. You know, the best thing to do is practice. There is extras, so you could always just, you know, if it doesn't come out right, just put on a different one. Practice, practice, practice. So anyways, if any of you have any questions, or Clara, you have any more questions, please ask them.
Coming back, you're not coming back for more, and I will never be who I was before. You were everything I wanted, but I was never sure until you walked away and closed the door.